Honorable members, I now propose the question that clause 3 and 4 be part of the bill. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 3 and 4 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 5.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 5 be part of the bill. Yes, there is a proposed amendment by the Chair Budget.
Honorable Chair, I would like to stand down the amendment, the proposed amendment. This is because the amendment was supposed to remove from the estimates about 523 million, money which was earmarked for construction of 5 county headquarters. Honorable Chair, I have since received an instruction from National Treasury confirming that indeed that money is available and therefore there is no need for the amendment. Honorable Speaker, I stand on the amendment.
Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 5 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 6, 7, and 8.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clauses 6, 7, and 8 be part of the bill. Honorable members, I now put the question that clauses 6, 7, and 8 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Schedule, first schedule.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the first schedule be part of the bill. But I know there is an amendment by the budget of the budget. There's no amendment. Yes, go on record.
Honorable Chair, I equally drop the amendment in this, with the same reasoning that Treasury has confirmed the availability of funds.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now propose the question. I now put the question that Schedule 1 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Second and third schedule.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the second schedule be part. Second and third schedule be part of the bill. Could you confirm on record that there is no amendments?
Madam Chair, I confirm that there is no amendment.
Okay. Honorable members, I now put the question that the second schedule and the third schedule be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
I now propose the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. Confirm there is no amendment?
Madam Chair, there is no amendment.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Title.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the title be part of the bill. Honorable members, I now put the question that the title be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Confirm there is no amendments. Chairperson, Budget.
Madam Chair, I confirm there is no amendment.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover. Honorable
Hon-
Atandi.
The Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bill number 1 of 2025, and its approval thereof with amendments. Madam Chair, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bill number 1 of 2025, and its approval without amendments.
Okay, thank you. Honorable members, I put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bill number 1 of 2025, and its approval thereof without amendments. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, Mr. Speaker.
Very well. Chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bill number 1 of 2025, and approved the same without amendments. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I also request Honorable Junet Mohamed to second the motion for argument with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Mr. Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I now propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Very well, honorable members, the mood in the House that I put the question. And therefore, honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as with contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bill number 1 of 2025, be now read at that time. I also request Honorable Dr. Pukose to second.
Honorable Speaker, I stand to second the third reading of the County Government's Additional Allocation Bill, Senate Bill number 1 of 2025.
Honorable members, I propose the question, which is that the County Government's Additional Allocation Bill, Senate Bill number 1 of 2025, be now read a third time. Thank you, honorable members. I now put the question. I now put the question that I have confirmed that the House is properly constituted for the purpose of making this decision, and I therefore put the question, which is that the County Government's Additional Allocations Bill, Senate Bill number 1 of 2025, be now read a third time. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
a bill for an act of parliament to provide for the additional allocations to county governments for the 2024-2025 financial year, the responsibility of national government and county governments pursuant to such allocations and for connected purposes. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions.
Honorable Kitayama is in the House.
Yes.
Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I rise to read the petition, public petition number 10 of 2025, titled Resettlement of the Kuria People in Their Ancestral Land in Moyoi, Transmara, Narok County. I, the undersigned, on behalf of Munyonge Anahaki, a welfare association of the Kuria people, and also known as the Tende, and residents of Migori County, draw the attention of the House to the following. That the Kuria people historically occupied the area now known as Moyoi in Transmara, Narok County, referred to as Gutura. And their presence predates that of the Syrian Maasai who arrived later in the 18th century. That the Kuria had lawfully paid 20,000 for 20,000 acres of land in the 1950s following colonial era agreements, and these facts were upheld through historical documents, community testimonials, and court-supervised settlements. That on 2nd February 1989, government security forces conducted a forceful and violent eviction of the Kuria people from their ancestral land, resulting in displacement of over 13,000 people, destruction of homes, rape, looting, and burning of property. That the National Land Commission, NLC, following extensive hearing, issued Gazette Notice number 1550 of 1st March 2019, awarding the 20,000 acres to the Kuria people and recommending restitution to the and with integration of current occupants. That despite NLC's ruling, implementation has stalled, allegedly due to interference by corrupt individuals and uncooperative local administration. That ongoing land impasse continues to fuel tension and insecurity in the region, affecting intercommunal peace and stability along Transmara border. That false narrative have been peddled suggesting that the Kuria people intend to alter county boundaries, a claim which we refuse. They refute and clarify that they only seek land restitution and not boundary alteration. That the displacement and the denial of land rights violate key constitutional provisions, including that of Article 40, the right to property, Article 43, right to adequate housing, Article 63, community land, and Article 67(2)(e), land injustice redress, a mandate given by the Constitution to the NLC. That the Kuria people continue to suffer in informal settlement and slums, lacking access to proper shelter, livelihood, and dignity despite the government's obligation to protect their rights. That the Kuria people have made several appeals to the government and government departmental agencies and the judiciary, including Truth, Justice and Reconciliation Commission, TJRC, all of which affirm the legitimacy of their land claim. However, all these efforts to address the matter has been futile, and lastly, that the matter in respect of which this petition is made is not pending before any court of law or constitutional or legal body. Therefore, your humble petitioners pray that the National Assembly, through the Public Petitions Committee, 1, engages the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development and other relevant authorities with a view of investigating into alleged illegal acquisition of lands by private developers and recommend for restitution of the 20,000 acres of land to the Kuria people in line with the ruling made by the National Land Commission 2019. 2, recommend for cancellation of irregular land titles and resurveying of the area to enable proper land adjudication and settlement of all rightful claimants. And 3, recommend that the affected Kuria families be verified, resettled and adequately compensated, and that resources be allocated to facilitate their dignified return. And make any other recommendation or action it deems fit in addressing the plight of the petitioners. Mr. Speaker, and your petitioners will forever pray. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Robert Mbui, you want to speak on this petition? Proceed.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand to support this petition by the honorable member representing the people of Kuria. And Mr. Speaker, you know, the issue of land has been a real thorn in the flesh in this country. In fact, I'll say, Mr. Speaker, not only do we have the TJRC report he talked about, we've got so many, there was another one, I don't know, Dongo report. Mr. Speaker, we've had so many ways by which we've been trying to deal with the land issue, including even when we promulgated the new constitution, we came up with the National Land Commission. But Mr. Speaker, the problem still persists. I don't know whether this committee, while they investigate this, they can figure out how can we help the country so that the problem of issues of land can become a thing of the past. Because, Mr. Speaker, we cannot continue in this manner. Otherwise, I support the petition, and I want to ask that the committee now, because it is under new leadership and fresh blood is supposed to, a new broom sweeps better, we hope that they do this justice to this petition. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Adan Kenan.
Mr. Speaker, one of the reasons that led to the agitation of the promulgation of the, we must not be afraid to make certain critical decisions that will improve our image as a country, Mr. Speaker, that will also add value to our diversity, being filed in the National Assembly. Attempts to address some of the issues, some of the critical organizations have been either skirting or refusing to acknowledge. It is high time that the Land Commission, and Mr. Speaker, you remember, under Chapter 15 of the current Constitution, we have so many constitutional commissions. The reason why the framers of the current Constitution decided to give independence, institutional, constitutional, statutory, budgetary independence to this critical Constitution, Mr. Speaker, was to allow them a space within our governance platform to function independently without being hampered by the day-to-day decision makers. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to be off. The Land Commission and all other constitutional commissions to take their mandate seriously and give Kenyans value for their continued existence, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I support this within the context of dealing with some of the historical problems, Mr. Speaker, we have had. Mr. Speaker, in the region of Northern Kenya, you know that if there is one region that has really been abused through sessional paper number 10 of 1965 and through many other administrative, Mr. Speaker, platforms, is the region of Northern Kenya. Mr. Speaker, when I see other regions, people of other regions being stigmatized because of some historical decision, Mr. Speaker, I remember where we have come from. This is why today I empathize with these people and really urge the relevant committee to expedite the process. And, Mr. Speaker, this is my recommendation, so that we don't reduce this House to a talking shop.
You've made your point.
The committee must...
The Honorable Kasim Tandaza.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipatia hii fursa. Hili shamba la ardhi na wenyeji kunyanyaswa, sijui ni tulizungumzie ama tuimbe ama tulie ama tutambae ama tufanye nini ili wananchi waweze kupata haki yao. Sio watu wa Kuria peke yake. Kila wakati tunalizungumzia hili swala, hasa kwa ule upande wa pwani, tukija Kwale, Matuga, watu wananyanyaswa kila uchao. Kuna sehemu ambazo watu wamejenga kama vile maeneo ya Darad kule Diani, ambapo watu wana vibali ambao wamepewa na serikali na bado wananyanyaswa na mabwenyenye. Mheshimiwa Spika, kama wenzangu walivyozungumza, nikiunga mswada hii hoja ambayo imeletwa na Mheshimiwa Amaro Akitiama kwa niaba ya watu wake wa Kuria, ni jambo ambalo itafika wakati labda tuwe na vikao maalum kama wabunge kuona ni vipi tunaweza kubadilisha sheria ile ambayo saa hizi ile tume ya mashamba National Land Commission wako nayo, ili kuwapa nguvu, na ni vipi tutatumia vitengo mbalimbali ili visiweze kutumiwa na mabwenyenye kupata hatua za serikali na kuwanyanyasa wananchi. Mheshimiwa Spika, na iunga mkono nikisisitiza kwamba wakati umefika bunge iweze kuchukua hatua thabiti za kulinda wananchi wake. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Asante sana. The Honorable Dado Dido Raso.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to support this petition by Honorable Kitayama. I think it's about the rights of minorities. In this country, the Bill of Rights is very clear. And we must thank the framers of our Constitution 2010 that rights which are delayed or justice delayed is justice denied. Kitayama is talking about issues of history, issues of discrimination, issues of him being a minority in a place where he has one or two constituencies that the Courier can talk about, but there are other 6 constituencies within the same area where he may not get the governor position within that particular county. Unless we are going to address the rights of these minorities, I think minorities are going to be disadvantaged in this country. They will continue to lag behind, and that is why once this petition comes to the floor of the House, it is important that it is observed with the best lenses so that their rights can be restored. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Finally on this, let's have the Honorable Wilberforce Owundo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I stand in solidarity with my friend who sometimes always in this petition concerning the land issue in his constituency. Honorable Speaker, the issue of land conflicts has been clearly picked out in the Njonjo Commission report. It has been clearly picked out in the Dung report. It has clearly been picked out in the National Land Policy and subsequent legislations and policies. Honorable Speaker, the Constitution of Kenya envisaged 2 separate approaches to solving historical land injustice as well as land disputes. Honorable Speaker, when we created the National Land Commission, we believed and trusted they'll have the full constitutional mandate to resolve such issues. But over time, Honorable Speaker, their mandate or their roles has been emasculated through some intestine wars between the main ministry, the cabinet secretary, plus the National Land Commission because of stupid fights that do not need to. We just hope this petition, at its fullness, they will pick out the legal lacuna and make sure we return land dispute matters back to the National Land Commission and also have local traditional land dispute mechanism, Honorable Speaker. They are faster, they are more efficient, and they consider local issues that could easily be considered faster and expeditiously. I support, Honorable Speaker.
Very well. This petition is referred to the Public Petitions Committee. Is the chair in the House? Any member of the Public Petitions Committee in the House? Very well. After how long will you be having Very well. You are given a maximum of 90 days to bring that petition to the House. Thank you. Before we go to the next order, let me acknowledge and recognize in the public gallery Apostolic Carmel School of constituency Kapseret, Uasin-Gishu. Please, members, make sure you applaud the students who are in the public galleries. I don't know if the member of parliament for that particular constituency in the House, just any other member of parliament from that particular county. Very well. Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Majority.
Give me the bag. Yeah, thank you. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Thursday, April 24th, 2025. A, reports of the Auditor General and financial statement of commodities, fund, staff, mortgage, and car loan scheme for the years ended 30th June 2020 and 2030, June 2023, and the certificates therein. B, reports of the Auditor General on hybrid generation of off-grid power system, credit number CKE 106601L for the year ended 30th June 2022, Kenya Power and Lightning Company, KPLC. C, summary reports of the Auditor General on national government for the financial years 2023-2024. D, reports of the Auditor General and financial statement for the years ended 30th June 2023 and the certificates therein in respect of 1, Chamasiri Technical and Vocational College, 2, Chasangwe Technical and Vocational College, 3, Shuka Technical and Vocational College, 4, Dr. Daniel Wako Murende Technical and Vocational College, 5, Ebukanga Technical and Vocational College, 6, Friends College Kaimosi, 7, Kaiboi Technical Training Institute, 8, Karumo Technical Training Institute, 9, Kenya Seed Company Rwanda Limited, 10, Kibo Seed Company Limited, 11, Kiirua Technical Training Institute, 12, Kimasian Technical and Vocational College, 13, Kisiwa Technical Training Institute, 14, Lafe Technical and Vocational College, 15, Matili Technical Training Institute, 16, Matungu Technical Training Institute, 17, Mukiria Technical Training Institute, 18, Ramogi Institute of Advanced Technology, 19, Simlo Seeds Company Kenya Limited, and 20, Simlo Seed Company U Limited. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I lay.
Very well. What's your point of order?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Next to me, I found myself sitting in the leadership row, but it's appalling to notice that the table for the minority whip doesn't hold. It's falling apart. What's going on, Mr. Speaker? We want urgent action to be taken so that our table is restored.
Honourable member, come up clearly. What are you speaking about? What's your point of order? Very well. Before we go to the
Speaker, I pass on to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2A. I rise to give the following statement on behalf of the House Business Committee, which met on Tuesday, 22nd April 2025, to prioritize business for consideration during the week. Honourable Speaker, with regard to business scheduled for Tuesday next week, the House is expected to consider the following bills at various stages, some of which are listed in today's order paper. Honourable Speaker, we will have a look at the Committee of the Whole House on the two bills that we have passed our second reading today, that is the Social Protection Bill 2025 and the Value Added Tax Amendment Bill 2025, Honourable Speaker. Then, Honourable Speaker, we will and the chairman here, we will look at the ratification of agreements on fisheries so that we can, the bill is coming, the ratification of the agreement on fisheries subsidies is coming on next week, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Millie, make sure you are there. The third report of the Public Investment Committee on Social Services, Administration and Agriculture, audit consideration of the audited accounts of specified state corporation. Third, reports of the Public Investment Committee on Governance and Education on consideration of the audited accounts of state corporation for Central Region. 4, consideration of comprehensive economic partnership agreements between the Republic of Kenya and the United Arab Emirates. And 4, consideration of nominees for appointments as members of the board of Central Bank. Honorable Speaker, it's important to note that the Central Bank is going to have a new board, and we have the privilege as a House, the 13th Parliament, Honorable Speaker, to preside over the consideration of the nominees for that appointment, Honorable Speaker. Further, Honorable Speaker, in accordance with the provisions of Standing Order 42A, 5 and 6, I wish to convey that the Prime Cabinet Secretary, the Honorable Musalia David, who is also the Cabinet Secretary to appear before the House on the afternoon of Wednesday, 30th April 2025, to respond to concerns on the criteria used by the government to classify hardship areas and payment of hardship allowance to teachers and other civil servants in the country. Honorable Speaker, you know that this was something that we've been pushing for the last 1 month, and the Honorable Jared Okello has been at the forefront on this. So, Honorable Speaker, on the issue of hardship allowances, payment of hardship allowances to teachers and other civil servants, that is of April, Honorable Speaker. In addition, the Prime Cabinet Secretary is also scheduled to respond to the following questions. 1, question number 034 of 2025 by the member for West Mugirango, the Honorable Stephen Mogaka MP, regarding of passport number B203878, who was arrested and detained in India on allegations of online fraud on 6th October 2023. The second question is a question number 035 of 2025 by the member for Nandi County, the Honorable Cynthia Muge, Arabia, and steps being taken to process their returns to Kenya. And question number 046 of 2025 by the member for Game, the Honorable Elisha responded regarding strategies and measures for streamlining the process of integration of Kenyans born abroad and their recognition as Kenyan citizens. Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, Honorable Speaker, the House Business Committee will convene on Tuesday, 29th April 2025 to schedule business for the rest of that week. Now I wish to lay this statement on the table of the House, and I wish to all members a beautiful weekend, happy weekend, as they go to their constituencies to engage with their constituents on matters development. I wish you a beautiful. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay.
Yes, Honorable Martha Wangari.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for indulging me. I was looking at the order paper. On Tuesday, I requested a statement on gambling, specifically the Aviator game of chance, and the Speaker ruled that it should be brought to the floor of the House today. It is not listed in the order paper, Mr. Speaker. Maybe you can give us some guidance from the committee, because we are headed to go for recess next week, and it is very urgent that we discuss that matter, Mr. Speaker.
Very well, Honorable Martha. I vividly remember you asking for that particular statement. Who is the committee chair? Is in the House? Finance Committee chair. I cannot see the chair in his usual place. Any member of the Finance Committee? Leader? You need to undertake that you remind the chair, Committee Finance, to actually bring an answer to the statement that was asked by Honorable Martha.
On Tuesday. Much obliged.
Yes, what's your point of order, Honorable Member?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm just referring to the statement that has just been read by the Majority Leader, the Deputy Majority Leader, sorry. Honorable Speaker, 2 weeks ago, we raised some fundamental issues here that needed to be responded to by the Cabinet Secretary for Roads and Transport. We expected to have him yesterday. He wasn't here, and we were explained to that he's in China. And next week being the last week before we proceed for recess, I would have hoped that House Business would have scheduled the CS for roads to appear to respond to some very pertinent issues that were required to be discussed, because quite a number of these issues, Honorable Speaker, were raised before the committee and were to be responded by the Committee of Transport, but were subsequently dropped so that the Cabinet Secretary himself would respond to them. In the absence of the Cabinet Secretary, it means these statements and questions that were raised to the Department of Transport over 2 months ago will not be responded to as we go into recess. So I'd like your indulgence, Honorable Speaker, for the Majority Leader to just explain to us and perhaps give us an undertaking when we expect the Cabinet Secretary for Roads to address some very pertinent issues, especially before we start the
You've made your point and quite
process. Thank you.
Clear, very, very, very well put. Leader, remember the Speaker while sitting, the substantive Speaker while sitting in his place, did indicate that the CS was out and possibly will be appearing before the House next week. Could you make a comment on that?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I've had the Honorable Mwenje on this matter, and I think this is the second time he's raised the issue. But just like you said, the substantive Speaker gave reasons why he could not appear last Wednesday. But I also want to undertake that we will get communication from his office, so that Wednesday, by Tuesday, we'll inform you if he will appear on Wednesday. But I would like also him to appear on Wednesday alongside the Cabinet Secretary, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, because the issues of the Prime Cabinet Secretary are not long. They're just a few items, and it is possible to have the two Cabinet Secretaries appearing on Wednesday. So I want to undertake that we'll make arrangement to have the Cabinet Secretary for Transport be in the House on that day. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
And I would further add that in the interest of all the members, because matters concerning roads concern really the members greatly, make an undertaking, as you have really indicated, that he appears alongside the PCS. Thank you. Now, let's go to the next statement by the Honorable Joseph Gitari, MP Kirinyaga Central.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to request for a statement regarding operation of Inouye Division in Kirinyaga County. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provision of Standing Order 42C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding operationalization of Inouye Division in Kirinyaga County. Honorable Speaker, Inouye was gazetted as a division by the Gazette Notice, volume CX1X, on 21st June 2017. However, the government has not yet operationalized the administration unit. The ordinate delay has denied the residents of Kirinyaga County access to essential government services that would have been offered by the divisional offices. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I seek a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following. 1, the reason for the inordinate delay of Inouye Division as gazetted by Gazette Notice, volume CX1X on 21st June 2017. And 2, Mr. Speaker, report on the measures that the government is taking to make sure that Inouye is operational as a division, including the timelines. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, very well. Chair, the Chair, Committee on Administration and Internal Security. Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I have heard what Honorable Gitari is seeking. Last week, when the Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, appeared before the House, I think he really addressed himself to that issue. But also on Tuesday, he appeared before the committee, and also he has given us an undertaking that he will provide a comprehensive list of all pending cases of sub-counties, divisions, and locations that have not been operationalized. So for that reason, we will undertake to provide response to the House immediately we come from the recess. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Very well. Yes.
Chair, Honorable Speaker, I would wish to thank Honorable Gitari for raising that very substantive issue. Honorable Speaker, the issue of operationalization of administrative units in this country is an issue that the Ministry of Interior should take up seriously. Honorable Speaker, it is not only in Nyandarua that issue has come up. It is all over the country. So, Honorable Speaker, I call upon the CS for Interior and the entire Committee for Interior to take up that matter to ensure that, one, apart from operationalization, what is the legal framework guiding the issue of setting up new administrative units in this country? Because, Honorable Speaker, there is no clear framework. It is only given as a token, or it is only given when you request. So, Honorable Speaker, I second that statement.
Order. There's no need of seconding statements. And I've been a religious follower of this matter. When the minister was here, as Raso has explained, there's an undertaking now that is in progress. And indeed, the sentiments you are actually putting across were put the same day. But we thank you for them. Indeed, Hon Raso, take those statements in mind, and that's, I think, what we told the minister to undertake, and bring a list. Yes, Honorable Raso.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for indulging me. I think what the MP for Marakwet, he was in the House on that day. What the minister said, he needed 2.5 billion to operationalize everything that has been gazetted. So the onus is on us. If we are ready to give him the money, then whatever has been gazetted will be operationalized. So for that reason, Honorable Gitari's statement will be responded to, but I think we cannot play the ball outside this House. This is a budget-making House, and we must look for the money. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Very well. The Honorable Farah Yakum.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding the status of security measures in the Fafi constituency, Garissa County, following a recent attack by suspected Al-Shabaab militants. Honorable Speaker, it is with profound concern that I report the tragic loss of 6 police reservists and the injury of 4 other officers in a heinous attack that occurred on 23 March 2025 in Biamudu Fafi constituency. The assailants, believed to be members of the Al-Shabaab terror group, staged a coordinated assault on a police reservist camp at dawn, deploying firearms and explosives to overwhelm the facility. Shockingly, there has been no official statement or communication from the relevant government authorities on this matter. This attack is the latest in a series of security breaches attributed to Al-Shabaab, a group officially designated as a terrorist organization by the government of Kenya and the international community, often targeting military personnel, security installations, and civilians alike, primarily in frontier counties such as Garissa, Wajir, and Mandera. Honorable Speaker, the National Police Reservists have played a critical role in supplementing formal security operations. It is against this background that I seek a statement from the Chairperson of Security on the following. 1, provide information on the government's mechanism for compensating the families of 6 NPR officers who tragically lost their lives during the attack in Fafi constituency. State measures the government has taken to cover the medical expense of the 4 officers who sustained injuries during the attack. provide details on any ongoing or planned support programs, financial, psychological, or otherwise, for the affected officers and their families. State the immediate security interventions with long-term strategies the government is implementing to safeguard the residents of Fafi constituency and prevent further attacks by Al-Shabaab or other militant groups. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Chairperson, Administration and Internal Security, Didoraso.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I believe the honorable members made something that is very substantive. His constituency that borders a neighboring country actually is under serious threat security-wise. And I think more than that statement, although we will share the statement with the ministry, I would ask him to engage also the committee so that the committee makes an effort of even visiting the region so that we are able to help out and brief the House accordingly.
So how long?
Immediately after the recess, Honorable Speaker.
Very well. The next statement was to be by the Honorable Badagala, but the Honorable Badagala did write to the Speaker, and therefore that one is held in abeyance, and therefore let's move to Honorable Mayaka. Order, Honorable Mayaka. I'm told that the Honorable Badagala did instruct that the Honorable Bato will present that statement on her behalf. So before we get to you, Honorable Mayaka, let's get Honorable Bato on behalf of Honorable Badagala.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Allow me to welcome as well the students from Kapseret constituency, which is in who is away on official duty. Kapseret constituency is in Uasin Gishu. I'm a member of Uasin Gishu County. I want to welcome the students and to tell them to feel at home. This is Parliament. This is where the laws of the land are made. I hope by the time you leave this house, you will have your lives in future. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Now I go to the statement from Honorable Beatrice Adagala. Request for a statement regarding continued power outages across the country. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 44, subsection 2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy regarding continued and increasingly frequent power outages being experienced across the country. Honorable Speaker, in the recent past, the country has experienced persistent and widespread power outages, some lasting several hours, and in certain areas occurring daily. These blackouts have affected households, disrupted businesses, endangered patients in health facilities, and raised serious concerns over the stability and reliability of the national power grid. Despite previous assurances from Kenya Power and Lighting Company and other energy sector stakeholders, the problem continues to persist, causing significant economic losses and eroding public confidence in our national power infrastructure. Energy on the following. 1. Report on causes of the frequent and prolonged power outages being experienced across the country. 2. Steps being taken by the Ministry of Energy and KPLC to stabilize power supply and prevent constant and repeated outages. 3. The immediate mitigation measures being implemented to protect essential service providers such as hospitals, learning institutions, and security installations from these outages. 4, the progress made in upgrading and maintaining the national power infrastructure, including timelines for resolving persistent faults and ensuring reliability of the national grid. And 5, plans to diversify the country's energy mix to reduce overdependence on certain power sources and enhance resilience in the face of climate, technical, or economic shock. I thank you, Honorable Speaker, for Honorable Beatrice Adagala, MP.
Chair Energy.
Honorable Speaker, we request once we resume, because we'll be looking at it, and once we resume after recess, we'll be able to give a response. Thank you.
Very well. What is it, Honourable Member?
Mr. Speaker, I want to kindly request you, because I tried to come up with the same question and I was told it will be on the floor today. The Honourable Gikaria must get serious on replies to this House.
Honourable Member, this is a statement, not a question.
Yeah, but on replying, that's what I'm saying, because he's saying after we come from recess.
Yes.
For instance, where I come from, Ngong, Rongai, and Kisera. Mr. Speaker, a lot of people depend on power to do their barbershop, their salon. Businesses are falling down because of continuous maintenance every week, every day. 3 days in a week. When Gikaria says he'll reply after recess, Chairman, it can't be that way, because we need an answer immediately, next week before we go on recess. 3 weeks is too long for small business people within where we live. Some of our houses, even members of parliament. And the Honorable Gikaria, you are the chair for Energy Committee. You must provide answers to this House.
Order,
why are you saying
member.
that after recess? After recess, how?
Order, Honourable Member. Yeah, and I therefore instruct the Honourable Gikaria. Order. Take your seat. I gave you a chance to speak, so you can now not maneuver me around. Yes, order. We really need to give the committee time. But before Gikaria speaks on this, I can see the Honourable Member is also very enraged. What is it? No, we have given to Jalango.
Jalango. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Precisely.
This is not the first time matters electricity and blackouts are being mentioned in this House. We've brought statements, we've asked questions, and it's always give us a week, give us a month, give us 3 weeks. They sit every single Thursday and every single Tuesday for the same questions. Honorable Gikaria, you are the chairperson, Energy Committee. I came here and asked for questions about Silanga, where we had issues. Now, the transformers that are even being brought on the ground cannot even sustain the community. And when we even talk about sometimes about last mile connections, there are people who have not even seen that last mile, or we don't even know how far the mile is.
Very well.
You understand? So Gikaria must give us, Honorable Gikaria must give us answers today. Please, Mr. Speaker, tell him to stand. He has these answers because we've been talking about these same questions.
You've made your point. You made your point. Yes, what's your point of order, Honorable Millie?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, members are asking very substantive issues that have to do with the transformers. And we have since learned recently that some of the transformers that were purchased are defective. So I know that they are being, something is being done. But something as basic as a tree falling and power going out from yesterday morning. And I call up to date, no power. Is that Kenya powerlessness or Kenya Power? Can they change their names officially? Kenya powerlessness and I don't know what. It's a joke. If there is a disconnection, Kenya powerlessness and disconnection and darkness.
Very well.
Mr. Speaker, if there was one agency that was known for efficiency, it was Kenya Power. The one that used to give us nightmares was water.
Are you competing with water being ineffective, or are you trying to sabotage Honorable Wandai because he's an expert? Please reconnect. Basic, let us not even be talking about issues like transformers. This is just a tree that has fallen, surely. You are joking.
Very well. I think members have serious concern, and the concerns are many. And therefore, no, just take your place. Therefore, there was another statement by Honorable Lesuda concerning power. So let's hear Honorable Lesuda on the same. Possibly to cover some of the members' interests, and then I can make a ruling. Proceed, Honorable Lesuda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And just listening to my colleagues, I wish the bills used to delay as well, and I wish the electricity bills were also cheaper.
Go directly to your statement.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy regarding the persistent power outage in Samburu West constituency, including Maralal Town. Honorable Speaker, for the past several months, Samburu West constituency, particularly Maralal Town, has been experiencing repeated blackouts without any prior notice, explanation, or projected timelines for restoration. These power interruptions have not only caused immense inconvenience to residents, but have led to substantial financial losses for local businesses, many of which rely entirely on electricity to power their operations. This situation is particularly unacceptable in light of the already difficult economic environment and in a region that continues to grapple with the effects of historical marginalization, despite the promises of equal opportunity under the devolved system of governance. Honorable Speaker, the continued power outages, coupled with the lack of communication from Kenya Power and Lighting Company, KPLC, constitute a clear violation of the legal obligations set forth in the Energy Act 2019, Cap 225. Further, under the Consumer Protection Act 2012, consumers have a right to fair service delivery and are entitled to seek compensation where economic losses arise from negligence or disruption in utility services. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy on the following. 1, the immediate underlying cause or causes of the persistent power outages currently being experienced in Maralal Town and other parts of Samburu West constituency. Secondly, reasons for lack of formal communication or advanced notification to residents and businesses of interruption of power supply as required by law under the Energy Act and KPLC's service charter. Thirdly, measures that the ministry has put in place to urgently resolve these outages and ensure consistent and reliable power supply to Samburu West constituency moving forward. Fourthly, any alternatives or strategic partnerships being explored by the ministry to provide Maralal and the entire Samburu West constituency with supplementary or backup power sources to mitigate the effects of power outages in future. And lastly, plans, if any, by the ministry to compensate affected businesses, residents and businesses for the losses occasioned by perennial power outages. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable Gikaria, and speak generally about the interests that your committee is already raising in the House.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. As much as I agree with the concerns of the members regarding the power outages in the country, I totally agree, Honorable Speaker. In fact, this morning I signed a letter to go and also visit Roysambu and Ruaraka, where there are so many transformers which are lying, for us to understand what is the problem. Is it the transformers? And secondly, Honorable Speaker, during the rainy season, and I want honorable members to understand, during the rainy seasons, the trees falling, and you remember there was a time Kenya Power brought down so many trees, and it was brought in the social media that we are planting and they are cutting trees. The tree falling on lines contribute almost 80% of the power outages. Yes. So we will be able to address that.
So when are you bringing the statement? The replies to the statements.
Tuesday is a very short period, Honourable Speaker. To be honest, if we are given after the recess, we will be able to bring the responses to this.
Honourable Gikaria and honourable members, I want you to indulge with Gikaria. Remember, Gikaria is a new chair of that particular committee. I'm also affected, just like you are affected, and therefore, Honourable Gikaria, immediately after recess, you bring those replies plus all others that the members of parliament may speak to you about as you see the interests. Number two, I think the leadership, we have to organize leadership in the House. Organize immediately we leave recess to bring the energy CS. That will really mitigate the many issues that members of parliament have on the energy sector. Thank you. Honorable Irene Mayaka.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to request for a statement regarding the transfer of funds collected through the Electronic Travel Authorization ETA system to foreign banks. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning regarding the transfer of funds collected through the Electronic Travel Authorization, otherwise known as ETA system, to foreign banks. Honorable Speaker, the Electronic Travel Authorization ETA system was implemented with effect from the 1st of January 2024, in line with the Presidential Directive on a visa-free regime in Kenya. Under the regime, all visitors, including infants and children intending to travel to the Republic of Kenya, except for citizens of East African Community, are required to have an approved ETA before the start of their journeys. The Cabinet approved introduction of the Treasury Single Account TSA, a unified structure of the government bank accounts for consolidation of government cash resources into a single account or a set of linked accounts domiciled at the Central Bank of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, there have been allegations that billions of shillings collected through the ETA system were deposited in private foreign banks' accounts in Switzerland. On the 14th of April 2025, the government spokesperson confirmed that a Swiss company which was involved in the early rollout of the ETA system received the funds. This arrangement contravenes Article 2061 of the Constitution, which establishes the consolidated fund where all monies raised or received by the national government must be paid, unless excluded by an act of parliament or lawfully retained by a state organ to cover its expenses. In addition, Section 28, 1 and 6 of the Public Finance Management Act, Cap 412A, mandates that only the National Treasury can authorize the opening of bank accounts for national and county government entities, and it must maintain complete and current records of all such accounts. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning on the following. Number one, the circumstances that led to the funds collected through the Electronic Travel Authorization ETA system to be deposited in foreign bank accounts instead of the Treasury's single account TSA through the e-citizen system. Number two, a report on the particulars of the foreign bank accounts holding fees collected under the ETA platform, and if there were any relevant approvals by the National Treasury authorizing the opening and maintenance of the same. Number three, the quantum of funds held in these banks, the corresponding periods the funds have been held, and settlement dates since the inception of the implementation of this ETA system. And finally, number five, the details of the settlement framework entered into by the government and the foreign Swiss company for funds collected through the ETA system. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chair, Finance and National Planning. Leadership. You will undertake? Yes.
Yes, Chair. Yes, Honorable Speaker.
So please undertake that the replies to that particular statement come immediately after recess.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and we'll do that.
Next, the Honorable Joshua.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife regarding rampant cases of snake bites in Baringo County. Honorable Speaker, Baringo County harbors around 38 out of 171 snake bites species found in Kenya, and 5 of these snakes are highly poisonous, namely black mamba, red spitting cobra, brown spitting cobra, papa adder, pumslang. Alarmingly, the region has been recorded as having one of the highest incidents of snake bites cases in the country. For instance, the District Health Information System reported that from January 2022 to July 2022, there were 254 cases documented. More recently, on July 3rd, 2024, the late Mr. Amos Chepuret Kimeres, who was in good health and going on with his daily activities at home, was fatally bitten by poisonous snakes. Despite being immediately rushed to the Cabernet Referral Hospital, he unfortunately succumbed to the poisonous snake while undergoing treatment. Honorable Speaker, subsequently the family sought compensation from the Kenya Wildlife Services, but were doing it on the basis that the Kenya Wildlife Conservation and Management Act of Cap 376 was amended in 2019 to exclude compensation for snake bites incidents resulting to injury or death. In 2021, the Cabinet Secretary for Tourism and Wildlife assured the public that the ministry was working towards reinstating compensation for victims of snake bites. However, this commitment remains unfulfilled to date. The lack of redress is also particularly concerning in Baringo County, where frequent and fatal snake bites continue to devastate families, often stripping households of their primary earners. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Tourism and Wildlife on the following. The steps taken by the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife to reinstate compensation for victims of snake bites, particularly in Baringo, on other regions where such cases are rampant. 2, the measures put in place or are being considered to provide interim relief to the affected families who suffer the loss of their loved one due to snake bites, such as the family of Mr. Amos Chepuret Kimeres, who succumbed to a snake bite. And 3, a report on the number of snake bite incidents leading to fatalities or severe injuries that have been recorded in Baringo County from 2024 to date, and the interventions made in each case. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Very well. The Chair, before the Chair, Tourism and Wildlife, let me listen to a point of order from the Deputy Speaker.
It's a point of information, and I think maybe the other members can help us. I would have assumed keeping data on various illnesses and injuries and so on falls under health, which is devolved. So usually the CEC at the health at the county should be able to say what are the prevalent attacks that exist in the county. That is where the point of contact should be.
Very well. The Chair, Tourism and Wildlife, is in the House. Vice Chair, a member of that committee. Yes. You can undertake on behalf of your committee. Proceed.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the committee, I believe we can execute the matter during the recess and hopefully be able to bring the reply once we come back from the recess, given the time that is available between now and the time that we are going on the recess. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You can or you will?
We will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's now more proper. The next statement, the Honorable Amos Mwago.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I wish to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding collapsed bridges in Ngara and Lanimai wards within Starehe constituency. Honorable Speaker, Section 10.2 of the Kenya Roads Act, Cap 408, provides that the Kenya Urban Roads Authority, KURA, is responsible for the management, development, rehabilitation, and maintenance of urban roads, which includes any bridges on these roads. In recent months, heavy rainfall has led to severe flooding in Starehe constituency, which resulted in the collapse of 2 bridges in Ngara and in Lanimai wards. These bridges serve as a transportation link. Their destruction has paralyzed movement within the constituency. Unfortunately, this has adversely affected school-going children who now struggle to access their school, undermining their constitutional right to education, as well as disrupt the economic activities of the constituency. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following. 1. Report on the status of rehabilitation of the collapsed bridges in Ngara and Lanimai wards in Starehe constituency, including timelines for their reconstruction. And 2, the immediate measures the ministry is implementing to provide temporary crossing solutions for the residents. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chair, Transport and Infrastructure Committee.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We avail a response in the next 3 weeks.
Do you say 3 weeks?
No, 2 weeks after recess.
Very well. Honorable Mwago.
Honorable Speaker, I would like to urge the chairman for transport to try and fast track the immediate solutions, because currently we are experiencing heavy rainfall in Starehe constituency, and the movement is inhibited by the lack of these bridges. If you seek for a solution, a temporary solution to help people cross the bridges as of now, I think it will be appropriate. But 2 weeks is far too long a time after the recess, which is actually 3 weeks.
Very well, Honorable Mwago, you are quite objective, and therefore I think the chair bring the statement immediately after recess, given that school children are affected. The next statement, request of statement, is by Honorable Amina. The Honorable Amina Muyanzi.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I stand to request for a statement regarding aircraft safety at Malindi International Airport. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding aircraft safety at the Malindi International Airport. Honorable Speaker, on the 10th January 2025, an aircraft registration number 5YCDC operated by the Kenya Aeronautical College was involved in a tragic crash 2 kilometers from Malindi Airport, resulting in the loss of 3 lives, injuries to 3 others, and extensive damage to the aircraft. Barely 2 months later, on the 8th March 2025, a Cessna 152 aircraft, registration number 5YBYQ, owned by the Kenya School of Flying, was also involved in a tragic accident, resulting in the loss of the life of a student pilot. Following these incidents, aircraft accident investigators from the Ministry of Roads and Transport and the Kenyan Civil Aviation Authority visited the crash sites and retrieved the engines of both aircrafts for further examination. Reports on the preliminary findings regarding the aircraft accidents were released. However, to date, no official conclusive reports have been released to the public or to the affected institutions regarding the probable cause or contributing factors and safety recommendation for accident prevention to ensure aircraft safety. These incidents raise concern about the state of aircraft safety at Malindi International Airport and the need for additional safety protocols to prevent such occurrences in future. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following. 1, the current status of investigation in the 2 aircraft accidents involving aircrafts operating from Malindi International Airport. 2, an official report on the findings regarding the probable cause of the accident and the safety recommendations by the Ministry of Roads and Transport and KCAA. 3, the expected timeline for conclusion and publication of the results of the investigation to the public and affected institutions. 4, measures being implemented by the Ministry of Roads and Transport to improve air safety for aircraft used in training at Malindi International Airport and in airports nationwide. And lastly, plans by the government to compensate the families of the victims, including specific timelines for compensation. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chairman, Transport, Infrastructure.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. 2 weeks after recess.
Again,
yes.
2 weeks
after, yes.
You have enough time, so bring it just immediately after recess.
Correct.
Let committees work.
No problem.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Next request of statement by the Honorable Joseph. Is that Joseph or Joseph? Proceed.
Joseph.
Or Joseph.
Yes. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to request for a statement on the upgrading of Eldoret Kapsabet Chavakali Road, C39. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding upgrading of the Eldoret Kapsabet Chavakali Road, C39. Honorable Speaker, the Eldoret Kapsabet Chavakali Road, C39, is an important transport route facilitating regional connectivity by linking Uasin Gishu, Nandi, Vihiga counties, and further linking to Kakamega, Bungoma, Kisumu, and Siaya counties. Notably, the road boosts agriculture and trade by connecting markets in Eldoret City, Mosoriot, Chepterit, Kapsabet, Chepsonoi, Cheptulu, Mudete, Javakali, and Shamakoko, while also providing access to Chebut and Mudete, tea factories and transportation of perishable farm produce like tea, leaves, cereals, fruits, milk, and vegetables to markets. It is also the link road to Eldoret International Airport and key health facilities like Moi Teaching and Referral Hospitals, Kapsabet County Referral Hospital, Jumuia Hospital, Kaimosi, and Sabatia Eye Hospital. Honorable Speaker, despite the crucial significance of the Eldoret Kapsabet Chavakali Road, it has never been expanded to meet the increasing traffic demand since it was tarmacked many years ago. Along it, and convergence of traffic from other regions. Consequently, it faces significant congestion due to expansion of Eldoret City, the towns located along it, and convergence of traffic from other regions. Notably, traffic from South Rift, Nyanza, Kisii, Western Kenya converges on this road via major roads such as Chemelil, Nandi Hills, Namgoi, Kisumu, Javakali, Kapsabet, and Kakamega, Chavakali, Kapsabet, straining the already heavily trafficked and narrow road. This has negatively impacted socio-economic activities in the region by raising transport costs, delaying emergency response, and hindering investors in public transport due to high wear and tear costs. Further, its its deplorable state has caused fatal accidents, such as the tragic accidents at Chemarmar in June 2023 and at Mutwot on 10th January 2025, which claimed 4 lives and left others critically injured. Honorable Speaker, it is against this backdrop that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following. Number 1, a report on the maintenance record of Eldoret Kapsabet Chevakali Road C39 since 2013, including the details of the contractors, total expenditure incurred on maintenance, the scope of work done in each maintenance cycle, and inspection reports. Number 2, the short-term and long-term strategies for improving and expanding the Kapsabet Chavakali Road, including fully overhauling and recarpeting the surface instead of the current periodic patchwork maintenance, so as to get value for public funds invested in the repairs. And finally, plans by the Kenya National Highways Authority, KENA, to dual the Kapsabet Eldoret section of the road and construct proper road shoulders so as to ease flow of traffic on this critical road. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Joses Lelmengit of Mgwen, Chair Transport. And remember, this is a road that serves me, and I'm affected seriously by what Honorable Joses is speaking about. Proceed, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, we will respond after recess.
It's okay, and this one we can even give you 2 weeks after recess, because we want a comprehensive answer on that particular one.
Correct.
Thank you.
2 weeks.
And please, Honorable Joses, just accept 2 weeks after recess so that the answer is comprehensive. Because it's a road that has really disturbed the communication between Eldoret, Kapsabet, and Vihiga. And I think even the Honorable Member for Aldai is also an interested party. Thank you. Let's move to response to statements. And the first one, we begin with a response by the Chair of Administration and Internal Security on a statement asked by Honorable Kakai Bissau, who is in the House, MP Kimilili.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The statement sought by Honorable Kakai Bissau was responded to by the Minister on Tuesday. And also the statement by Honorable Hussein Barre of Tarbajua also responded to. And I believe they were responded to very effectively, and the honorable colleagues were satisfied about that. But I have 2 other statements which were not responded to. One by Honorable Amina Dika, the member for Tana River, and the second one by the honorable member for Nyeri, Honorable Rab Mukami. Maybe if the 2 members are in the House, I could respond to those 2, Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable Kakai Bissau, is that the correct position?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Yes, indeed, we met the CS, Internal Security, including the PS. They addressed the question, but what I would like to insist at this point, and what is very clear, as per my statement request, the frequent updating of the affected family needs to be adhered to. It needs to be done frequently, because as it is, even as of today, the affected family, the Bukhala family that lost their daughter, are not getting frequent updates. But the CS agreed that this will be done frequently. And at the same time also, there is the person of interest, Mr. Orwa, who went missing, and the CS has assured me and the family that they will continue pursuing this person until he's brought to book. So thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Very well. The Honorable Raso, you may proceed to give the replies on the statement sought by the Honorable Amina Dika.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the Member of Parliament for Tana River, Honorable Amina Dika, requested a statement on the disappearance of Abdullahi Ahmed Mohamed.
Is the Honorable Amina Dika?
Yes, she is in
very
the
well.
House.
Proceed.
As requested for a statement on disappearance of Abdullahi Ahmed Mohamed, ID number 42848612, a resident of Ngumu Village, Tana River County. The Honorable Member sought steps taken to address the disappearance of Mr. Abdullahi, status of investigation on the disappearance of Mr. Abdullahi. I wish to respond as follows. Steps taken to address the disappearance of Mr. Abdullahi Ahmed Mohamed of ID number 42848612. Honorable Speaker, on 5th of October 2024, Mr. Ibrahim Ahmed reported the disappearance of his cousin, Mr. Abdullahi Ahmed Mohamed, at Garsem Police Station, void OB number 16 March 2024. He reported that he had earlier been abducted and dropped off at a petrol station within Garsen Shopping Center by abductors who were armed and traveling in a black Toyota Hilux double cabin bearing registration number KCU 576U. He further alleged that the same individuals followed and subsequently abducted his cousin, Mr. Abdullahi Ahmed Mohamed, a 73-year-old male. Honorable Speaker, an inquiry into the matter was immediately opened under inquiry file number 2/2024 and a statement recorded from relevant witnesses. The victim's mobile phone number was traced and found to have been switched off within Garsen town on the same day. The matter also was reported and the data shared with the National Transport and Safety Authority, requesting ownership details of the suspected vehicle to aid in the investigation. However, the NTSA has yet to furnish the details to the police. Status of investigation of the disappearance. The matter is currently before the court with a habeas corpus petition number E0052025 was issued by the Malindi High Court. The investigating officer has filed a replying affidavit in response to the petition. Subsequently, the duplicate inquiry file has been forwarded to the office of the DPP, and as of now, the file has not been returned to the police for action. The case is pending before the court. Mr. Speaker, I beg to respond.
The Honorable Amina.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I feel the response from the minister or the ministry is not satisfactory. And I also feel there is no seriousness because Mr. Abdullahi disappeared 6 months ago, that is October of 2024. What really surprised me is that getting the registration or getting the ownership of the car cannot take 6 months. So, Honorable Raso, I would also want to know when you expect to get the details of the registration from the NTSA, because 6 months is just too much. I also would like to know when is the file from the DPP expected to be back. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Raso.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we have mulled over this issue of registration. And it happens people can operate with fake number plates or number plates individuals are going to fabricate on their own. That could be the difficulty with NTSA, but we also will not stop at that. we will demand for answers to what NTSA is doing and why the delay. The second part, which honorable member is seeking, I believe the DPP cannot be rushed, or they cannot work under the direction of the Ministry of Interior. But we will indulge the ministry to be able to use their good offices so that the DPP can understand this matter. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Very well, but you know, these matters don't come here in vain. And therefore, maybe you should take a further undertaking on when you will actually bring that extra report to Honorable Amina on that progress, please.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I believe we are well guided on this. As also members, we don't take it for granted that honorable colleagues will ask questions and the responses are frivolous. I think we will go the full mile to establish what are the issues that are missing. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. You may proceed to also bring the replies to the statement sought by Honorable Rahab, MP Nyeri County.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker,